have been doing another experiment of not consuming dairy and just seeing what the impact is on my body. And so I found this amazing cashew milk, which is literally just cashews and water. It tastes so clean.
Cow's milk has a hormone called insulin-like growth factor, or IGF-1. This helps baby cows grow to several hundred pounds very quickly. People who include dairy products in their diet are getting more IGF-1 in their bodies. Even studies from the dairy industry, show that getting too much IGF-1 can cause cancer in humans, like breast, colon, lung, and prostate cancer. In fact, and this is huge, you guys, the link between drinking low-fat cow's milk and prostate cancer is stronger than the link between smoking and lung cancer. I mean, what? How is this information not plastered across every news station?
Oh my goodness, you guys. Alyse Parker is at it again. Honestly, she truly is the most uneducated dum-dum on the face of the planet. I am sorry, I tried to be nice, but at this point, she just proves herself over and over and over again how uneducated she truly is. And it's just really, really sad how a 30-year-old only follows trend after trend after trend, friendship after friendship, quote unquote, these friendships. So as you guys know, Alyse used to be allegedly vegan. Of course, we know her mumbo jumbo story about her flip-flopping. She always chooses money over everything else. That's all she cares about. She literally worships money. She's so uneducated that she reads these books and she just quotes from them all the time. Like every time she just opens her mouth just so she can sound educated. And it's really, really sad. I honestly don't understand how and why Alyse still has a following. Like, why aren't people waking up about how dangerous she actually is, especially when it comes to health? So Alyse was allegedly a vegan for what? 8 years when she first started YouTube, but I would say that she was more about veganism the first 2 years, and then after that she cared more about her body. She cared more about being skinny, more about her looks, trying to also like grow on social media by selling sex, by basically posting naked pictures on social media to help her get that negative attention. And that's just my opinion. If you have a different opinion, that's okay. So ever since Alyse flip-flopped to now being on a carnivore diet, everything that she was saying about veganism, she's now saying about the carnivore diet and praising this diet. And it's like, Alyse, that's what you were saying about the vegan diet, about the plant-based diet. Here's where it gets a little funky. So Alyse has been making these matcha lattes, matcha smoothies, like every single day. She's always promoting these matcha smoothies. And then she's now saying that she's slowly switching from dairy milk back to plant-based milk, because she's saying that it's affecting her body in a negative way, basically. And she wants to see what and how plant-based milk is going to improve her body. And I'm like, whoa, Alyse. You said you were allegedly a vegan for 8 years. How can you not know the basics about milk and what cow milk, dairy milk, does to the body? Like, it genuinely does not make any sense. So I myself am not vegan. I am coming out with my own skincare line that's plant-based, that's vegan, cruelty-free, you know? And I'm learning about what dairy does to the skin, about what dairy does to the body, and it's really, really fascinating. And if people really want to start taking better care of your skin, you need to slowly switch to a plant-based milk, because acne, I would say like 95% of the time, the reason why you get acne is because of dairy. Now, I'm not saying to go vegan. Look into the good, the bad, the ugly. about cow's milk, about dairy. Because I know when I consume too much dairy, that's when I start breaking out. That's when I start to feel really bad. My body doesn't feel at its best. But once I stop drinking cow's milk, that's when I feel a lot better. To me, whenever I think about veganism, I think about cow milk. I think about dairy. I think like Veganism 101, cow's milk. That's like the basic, in my opinion. So how could Alyse not know the side effects about dairy? Like, it's just really mind-boggling how uneducated she truly is. So let's watch this clip and see what she has to say.
Okay, you guys, I'm going to introduce you to the most favorite part of my morning that I literally get excited for as soon as I wake up and I realize, oh my gosh, it's time to make a matcha. So I'm gonna walk you through my matcha making process here and all the different things that I put in it and exactly how I do it, because it is a whole experience. We do a heaping half teaspoon in here inside of a Vitamix blender. And then the next thing we put in is some beef collagen powder from Carnivore Aurelius. And you guys, this is the best one that I have ever had. It's so fluffy and it tastes like nothing, which is actually nice because I don't want my matcha latte to taste like some sort of a different taste. Next thing that I put in it, this is an experiment. So I'm using monk fruit to sweeten it. 2 packets. Put that in there. And then I have been doing another experiment of not consuming dairy and just seeing what the impact is on my body. And so I found this amazing cashew milk, which is literally just cashews and water. It tastes so clean. I pour it into a certain line right about there. And then here is a secret ingredient, coconut water. It just adds something special. I'm gonna use the rest of that. And that is all that goes in, plus ice, and then we blend her up. Are you ready for the final pour and taste test? This is literally the most exciting moment. Okay, so first off, the consistency we have here is like an icy smoothie. Actually, usually it's a little more smoothie-like.
Suggests that in large amounts, milk may do more harm than good. So researchers in Sweden looked at a huge number of people over 20 years, and they found for women who had 3 or more glasses of milk a day, they had a higher risk of fractures, particularly dangerous hip fractures, and also a higher risk of death from any cause, as compared to women who had less than 1 cup a day. Now, this was not a cause and effect study. They just established a link, but that link is important because right now adults are supposed to have 3 cups a day.
Okay, so what's the science behind this? In other words, is it vitamin D? Is it too much calcium that backfires? What is it?
You know, the theory that the researchers put forth was that as our bodies process the lactose in milk, it can create compounds that create inflammation within our blood vessels and something called oxidative stress in our cells. What we know about both of those things is that they cause illness, like heart disease, stroke, and they're bad for our bones.
We contacted the National Dairy Council. They say there's no cause and effect here and point out the health benefits of milk in fighting heart disease and type 2 diabetes. They say dairy is just one factor.
Right.
In a healthy lifestyle. This study talks about drinking too much, high amounts, right?
Right,
Which
right.
they say is bad.
You know what, I think it's definitely too early. To their point, it's too early to completely discount how nutritious milk can be. But, you know, I think this is a really important study, not just because of what it says about milk, but because it represents sort of the future science of nutrition. It's not just about vitamins, it's about how our bodies metabolize foods.
Is almond
so we
vanilla
have to
milk
take it
okay?
all in together.
Is almond vanilla milk okay?
Almond vanilla milk is great. You can get calcium from beans, nuts, leafy greens. It's not just all about cow's milk.
I still think skim milk is one of the best things you
Yes.
can eat. It's one of the most nutritious things, even better than like a sports drink that has a lot of sugar in it.
One thing that I also want to bring up is that she has her certificate in nutrition. She has studied about health and fitness and food for almost a decade. How can she not know the side effects about milk? The good, the bad, the ugly. If you guys have noticed, Alyse lets people control her. And I'm also wondering about Addison Page, Alyse's ex-boyfriend, what he has to say about all this. Because you guys remember a couple years ago, Alyse finally came out and said that when she was vegan, when she was living in Hawaii, she was also eating honey.
And then I also got some local honey, which I actually haven't tried yet, but I'm so excited. This is a different one than I used to get when I lived here. This is a different one than I used to get when I lived here. This is a different one than I used to get when I lived here. And then I got some green tea because I've made the decision recently that I am going to put a pause on my coffee drinking habit / addiction. I noticed that was just like something I was just like doing for the last couple of years, drinking coffee. And I was on the phone with a friend the other day and she just kind of like brought it back into my sphere of conscious awareness of like, hey dude, like coffee beans have molds on them. And obviously there's like bulletproof coffee, which is mold free, but I guess it's just been so many years now that I've taken a break from coffee, so I feel inspired and this is going to be my little combo to get me through.
Now, we all know that Alyse is lazy and she doesn't like to do any research because she doesn't care about education. So, if we go on the internet and type in plant-based allergy medicine, a ton of different medicines, alternative medicines that are plant-based that vegans can eat and use are right here. It's not that hard. But then again, this is Alyse, so we have to be very special with her because remember, she is a very, very sensitive person.
And I'm sensitive.
Which is also anti-vegan because honey comes from bees and they're saying that honey is bee vomit and honey is only for bees. In my opinion, I think Alyse paid off Addison to keep his mouth shut. Because after the breakup, Addison completely just vanished. Like, we saw that Addison was incorporating bread into his diet. He was eating more of a plant-based diet than what Alyse was doing. Alyse was literally starving herself and only consuming liquids, which is one of the main reasons why she got so sick, was because she was not getting full, was consume salads, juices, and smoothies. That's healthy and all, but that's not gonna get you full. So how can Alyse not be educated about milk? I really don't understand that. Like, that's another reason why I don't understand Alyse. In my opinion, if she stuck to a plant-based diet, she could have had 1 million subscribers by now. She was growing so fast. She had a really good community on social media. But sadly, she chose money over her own morals. We all saw what happened when she flip-flopped and started dating Drew, and how Drew was such a bully. He was just really, really mean, very angry person, but he was also an ex-vegan. And he would also talk trash about veganism, and Alyse went along with it. So I think, in my opinion, Addison got paid off to stay silent and not quote-unquote expose Alyse. Like, to this day, I still cannot find Addison anywhere on social media. I've checked Facebook, I've checked his YouTube channel, and he deleted all of his videos. But I think she paid him off to not expose her because he knows best. He knows the truth about Alyse. So I also want to talk to you guys about this comment that someone left on Alyse's post about milk. Raw milk can really harm you. And Alyse replied and said, "Tell me more." How can Alyse not be educated on milk? That's like literally my big question for this video. How can an ex-vegan not know the good, the bad, the ugly about dairy, about milk? But again, Alyse only cares about being skinny, selling sex online, and people worshiping her. Like, I really don't understand how dumb she really is. But then even also, when Alyse is now on this carnivore diet, she's still only eating 1 meal a day. She's still starving herself. She's having this smoothie for breakfast, and then when she gets hungry, she'll have beef, the eggs, the same meal that she has been eating for a couple of years now. And I also have noticed that Alyse has gotten a lot skinny again, and it's really sad to see how dangerous she truly is. Alright everyone, well, I'm gonna go, but let me know all of your thoughts in the comments below. Do you think that Addison got paid off to stay silent? Why do you think that Alyse is so uneducated? Why do you think Alyse only cares about money and herself? I mean, she literally doesn't even care about herself since she basically starves herself. Alright everyone, well, share your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to smash the like button. If you have a different opinion about what I am talking about, then please let me know in the comments below. I want to have an adult conversation. And this is not me bashing and hating on Alyse. I just truly don't understand how someone could be so dumb, so uneducated, especially since she got so many like certificates about health and nutrition. Alright everyone, well I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I'll see you guys later. Ta-ta for now.